What's good, Priesthood? How you doing? Welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. There are many layers of meaning in my readings. I'm going to touch on a few. It may or may not resonate. Hold on, let me fuck with the mic. Hold on. All right, great. It may or may not resonate. Try to hear me and feel me. For best results, sometimes the roles can be reversed and viewer discretion is advised. Fantastic. I hope everybody's well. I am well. I hope everybody else is well. I missed you guys. I love you. I missed you. Thank you for doing the good work. Ancestors, creator. I've been talking to the creator lately. Big time. Direct. You know what I'm saying? How about you? You know? I feel cuddly. You know? It's that time of year, y'all. It's that time of year. It's autumn. It's coming up on autumn. Okay, fantastic. Let's move on. Overall, ancestors, creator, what do you have to say to the priesthood this week? What's the deal? Death. Death of the ego, transition, transformation. Also letting go of old things, you know, or things that it's time to let go. Time to let go is the daily double I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm feeling. All right, let's go on. What do you want to say about it? What about death? Okay. Ten of Cups energy. Ultimate favorable outcome. We have things to look forward to. Look like here. Master of the head. I suspect that's the level. We keep doing that. I don't know. We're I was gonna say we're weird, but we're interesting. Weird, whatever, it's all good. But we're interesting the way we keep reaching these levels. And do you notice how we're reaching these levels so quickly? Like every time I turn around, there's some sort of new level, new cycle closing, new cycle beginning. You know? Like, are you picking up on that? All right, I'm sorry. I hope this is not too loud. Let me just turn it down a little. Hello? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. My mic sound nice. Hopefully my mic sound nice. Okay. Somebody has every reason to be upset. Now what's going on there? All right, let's go further. I see. Oh, you didn't get paid for your work. But ultimate favorable outcome, though. You see what I'm saying? Because the creator, hello? Right, will pay you. This might be about some lover's floor action, okay? Or some sort of mutual respect you didn't get out of something. For those of you on the lover's floor, it might be a love affair that didn't pan out. I'm going to say pan out, okay? Caring about somebody from a distance, and this could be the ancestors as well, because I see some ancestor Jews here and some ancestor Jews here, and of course the death card, and look at the ancestors all up in the death card. So they certainly love you. They want you to let go of something. Don't take it so seriously. Don't take it so hard. I get the sensation. Don't take it so hard. It was for you. It was for you. Whatever this angry business was. Or wherever you're feeling that. About whatever. You know, about whatever adds up to this whole mutual respect problem. You know, it's legit. Like, we understand why you're mad, but calm down. That's the sensation that I get. We understand why you're mad, but it was a tool. It was a tool for your use. You used it, and that's how we're reaching this new level right up in here. So don't take it so hard. Don't take it so serious. You know, like you're not destroyed. You know, kind of thing. Um, But you're like, but the energy though that I put in, right, right. Energy doesn't grow on trees, am I right? Absolutely. Maybe it does. I don't know. All right, but for now, it doesn't. All right, in my scenario for here. Okay, yeah, yeah, sure, sure. But they're saying lighten up. This is what I get out of them. The ancestors. They're saying lighten up. Okay, we know. You have every reason to be upset. I understand. But this is what it's about here: self mastery, master of the head, self possession, knowing thyself, self realization, and your connection to the ancestors. It strengthened your connection to the ancestors, whatever this was that you was feeling some kind of way because you put in too much energy. In your estimation, you put in too much energy. Where they're saying no, the creator will pay you. It's bigger than whatever this was, this lover's card business or partnership, because that could be partnership. It don't have to be lovers. But get off on your floor, right? So let's move on. Right, see, because you have a divine calling. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why God is paying you. You see what I mean? Because that's who you work directly for. Do you feel me? If you in the priesthood, that's who you work directly for. You work directly for God. So wouldn't it make sense then for your paycheck to come from God? Am I right? No illusions. No illusions. Ultimate favorable outcome. Because you see, you smart. You smart, priesthood. Let me show you how you smart. Look. 10 of Cups energy. Ultimate favorable outcome. See, you know what that tells me? That tells me you knew what you was trying to achieve. You knew why you was putting this energy in, and you was like, you know what? I'm going to just put it all in. I'm going to just put all my energy in. Because this what you was going for. You so smart. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what you're going to get. Okay, so maybe you didn't know or realize or understand or whatever, that whatever you was looking at, that's not where the paycheck was going to come from. Like whatever you was given to, you was given to that thing on God's behalf. God sent you over there to give to that thing, person, place, or thing. And that's what you did. And God was like, pour it all out. Pour it all out. You feel me? Pour it all out. And you was like, okay, I'm going to pour it all out. Right? Because you probably felt called to do that. Am I right? You felt called. You had a feeling. You was like, no, I got to do it. I feel like I must do this, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Or however you explained it to yourself. These are my beliefs, no, you don't treat people like that, or you don't handle things like that, or whatever. But you ended up maybe with a death of the ego, with a want, kind of thing. You dig it? No problem. They say lighten up. Huh? Happens to everybody. Happens to everybody at least once, right? Death. Hello? Right. So also they deal with embarrassment, right? Death of the ego. Right? Hurt, embarrassment, that kind of emotional impact, psychological impact type of thing. As well as death, get off on your floor. But you did the right thing is what I can see. Like you were doing what you were doing for the right reasons is what I'm saying. It was the right reasons. And that was the magic. You see what I'm saying? That was the magic, the right reasons. That's why 10 of Cups still, even though it's not coming from the direction you thought it was going to come from. So you're looking left and the shit is hitting you from the right in the back of the head. That's the sensation that I get. And death of the ego. Like when you get hit in the back of the head with something. Do you feel me? Okay? And you're like, ba-boom, self-realization. Oh, shit, kind of thing. Right. And that was the ancestors hitting you in the back of the head. Right. I think the other day or last week, it was smacking your cobra. Well, this week they're hitting you in the back of the head. And they're laughing. And they're laughing their ass off. They're like, oh, look at their face. Look at their face. That's the ancestors. hitting you in the back of the head, laughing their ass off at the faces that you make. Right. Absolutely. But you're perfectly fine. They're like, what are you scared of? You know, they hit you in the back of the head. You're like, oh my God. And they are fucking belly fucking laughing. They are bent over laughing. That's the sensation that I get. Okay? They think that shit is hilarious. But because you're perfectly safe, that's why. Like, what you think is gonna happen. Like, what are you getting hyped for? You know? So this also makes me feel like they wanted you to know where you stand in this universe. They wanted you to know where you stand. They're slapping you in the back of the head to trigger you. You feel me? Right? Because then you all in your feelings here with the King of Cups card. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to get the Ten of Cups around here. You know, I'm following my divine calling. What seemed to be the problem? You dig what I'm saying? Slapping you in the back of the head, laughing their fucking ass off. You're perfectly safe. Everything's fine. What did you think? Of course there's a reason. Okay? Of course there's a reason for this. They love you. What are you talking about? You think we're going to really let something happen to you? That's the sensation. What? So then you die and then what? So? You, like that. What's the big deal? Then you come back. What's the big deal? Like that. Okay. Demons. Demons. Transcend them. Transcending your emotions, transcending your demons. Yeah, look to be like you feeling some kind of way about something. On some scale. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you're not really having that kind of angry experience every day. You know, you're not really walking around like that. But at the same time, there are things that when you think about them, do you feel me? They kind of be, you know, when you go over the math or you pull out the books, you know, you pull the file out and you look back at the situation and you might feel like, you know, but I don't know. If you're anything like me, you keep those files in the cabinet. It's over. It's done, you know, kind of thing. But at the same time, there's some sort of unresolved energy here because otherwise they wouldn't be mentioning it if it wasn't meaningful. Okay? And where that energy is, that I believe is the letting go. Letting go. I get the sensation that that needs to happen in order for you to receive this payment, this Ten of Cups, this everything being, you know, satisfactory, just fulfilling in every direction, you know, like job satisfaction or whatever, successful business, successful relationships, successful family, with creative ventures, like just whatever you want to do, just whatever floats your boat. Having all that, something is in the way here, look like here to me. Something you're holding on to, resentment. That's the sensation that I get, resentment. Even though you have every reason to be upset here. Every reason to be upset, but you got to transcend your demons and face your fears about that. Like maybe you feel marked by it. That's the sensation that I get. Maybe you feel marked. Like, how fucking dare you mark me? You dig what I'm saying? How dare you scar me like that? Right? Every reason to be upset. Right? Mutual respect. Obviously, if you're mad, right, this lady's mad, that must have been missing, the mutual respect. Or something happened to a relationship. It might not be mutual respect. It might be that the whole relationship was destroyed or something obviously negative happened, since we have every reason to be upset. And then there might be some part of you that feels like whatever happened, you don't ever want to happen again. One of those experiences. Are you familiar with that? One of those things where you feel like that can never happen again. It is not allowed. Like you will chew your own arm off to get out of that trap. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. So, I'm getting the sensation that you need to let this go. Let this go. It probably has to do with the fact that, you was following God, is what I feel like I'm seeing here. You was following God in the first place. Like, hello? Right? Priesthood? We always on official business when we doing a thing. Facts. And then you was working on this 10 of cups. Like you know what to want. You're smart enough to know what to want. But you didn't clearly get it from the area you thought you was going to get it from. But it was to bring you to this place of self-mastery, right? Like we've talked about that recently, but it's interesting. The new insight that I feel like I'm seeing is that you need to lighten up and that you are perfectly safe. I mean, we've said that before, but this is a new angle that they're discussing here of your safety. Like the jumpy part of you, the part of you that's, I'm going to go ahead and say defensive, right? Because this lady is ready to grind people into powder right here. And she didn't come to negotiate. And you see the knives, she will cut you. And she works in the interest of justice, so the universe is going to grant her permission to cut you, a person, Excuse me, the birds are very chatty today. So anyhow, I get the sensation that you was following God in the first place, so there's a little sensation of, well, what was that all about? You know what I mean? What was that for? Like, I'm an obedient child. Okay, so that's what it was for. It was to kill you. You feel me? It was to kill you. So you could learn not to fear death. So you could understand that you're never going to fall out of the universe. You're always beloved. You're always a divine child of God. And God is always coming up with the wisest solutions to problems. You can rest assured. Do you feel me? You are well protected. You are never outside of God's domain of protection. Ever. Never. So the jumpiness or the resentment or the defensiveness, they're saying, relax. What do you think is going to happen? You in contact with us, right? Calm down. Okay? Whatever happened is obviously going to be for your safety and security and your well-being and your growth and development. That's what it's for. So let go is what I get here. Face your demons. Because if you're defensive, it might be about, I can't let this happen again. Like if it's a relationship and some guy gives you a compliment and then you're like, yeah, what are you up to, buddy? Kind of thing. And it's like, hey, calm down, or the men, listening to the woman and then quietly thinking, yeah, whatever, all the women say that. You know what I mean? Of course you use discriminating wisdom, of course, but calm down. And that way it'll be discriminating wisdom and it won't be, what do you call it? Cynicism. It won't be cynicism, it'll be discriminating wisdom. Let's go further. I hope you're chilling. Okay? Generally, always watch my readings when you're chilling. Just generally. To synchronize vibrations, so you don't. Alright, you get it. Cool, calm, wise decision-making cat. Look at that. Healing conversation. Well, that's lovely. Oh, look, the devil. That's nice. Why? Because cool, calm, decision-making cat is here. That's why. Oh, and the ancestors are here. Look at that. Look. Okay, they are reinforcing it hard. They are reinforcing it so hard. Look. Safety, sanctuary, mercy and grace of safe passage, sanctuary, safe space, safe haven. Do you feel me? They lapping it on pretty thick here. All right. And of course, it's always authentic and genuine when it's the ancestors doing it. So what I get here is some judgment. Okay, you did something with the devil. Oh, you protected. Oh, you're so smart. Oh my gosh, you're pretty smart, priesthood. Um, the energy that you put in, it did something to the devil. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It did some sort of neutralizing action to the devil. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was like a exorcism, holy water. That's what your emotional energy is. The energy you put in, it acted as holy water against the devil, is what I'm getting here. Because the sanctuary, we can't have the devil. That's the last thing that we want up in the sanctuary is the devil. Because this destroys, because this is intimacy and trust as well. You dig what I'm saying? And you can't relax. Look how they're chilling. They're relaxing. Everything is beautiful. They're healing. So you can't heal and relax in a place where the devil is loose. You feel me? So all the energy you put in, it wasn't for nothing. It was for something. It was necessary. That's why God was like, douse all your energy, douse the whole place in your energy. And that's what you did. Or the whole situation, or the, whole relationship. Get off on your floor. That's why. It had a purifying effect. Okay? Absolutely. The devil got up in the sanctuary and you doused him with holy water, and this motherfucker got a little bit clean up in the sanctuary a little bit. Getting clean. That's interesting. Okay? Because this is also sobriety, and this is toxic people, places, and things. I find that to be interesting. And this could be a doctor, healing conversation. They're exchanging information about healing herbs. They're both practitioners, healers. And then here's the sanctuary where people are healing. Do you feel me? So that could be getting clean. That could be getting past an addiction, right? Because that's the devil card. That could be safety and mercy and safety of, grace and mercy, a safe passage. Please forgive me. Here's the ancestor card with the judgment. So it is so. Mercy and grace of safe passage. It is so. Final judgment. It is so. Following a divine calling. Do you feel me? Putting the energy of it. So that in it. And so that could be retroactive, and then that could be future tense as well. It's like you had to cast out the devil. Bottom line. On whatever level that the devil was existing or is existing. All right, let us move on. Because there's many layers, that's why. Okay. Right. Right. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, bear with me here. Yeah, so okay, so let's take it from it's you, right? Let's talk about you in terms of your self mastery, paying the karma. All right, this is emperor level shit. Paying the karma. And then also you might have had to do something with the emperor energy, like balance it, pay the karma of it on some scale, right? Ladies and gentlemen, on whatever level that, you have to play that part, or that part was acted out in this scenario. It was bittersweet. It had to be done. I get the sensation. It had to be done. That was part of meeting the obligation. The obligation to your intuition. It was transport. It was to transport you. Okay, so I get it was for your protection. It was for your protection. Whatever happened that you still have resentment about, because you gave and it was imbalance, you gave too much, technically in your estimation, but they're showing you what you were giving to, like in truth, what you were giving to. Whatever person, place, or thing you were giving to, it's bigger than that, is what they're saying. Nothing can come between us, is what I get here, because this is caring about each other from a distance, and this is lover's compassion, lover's compassion and lover's sanctuary. Okay, so there's several layers on this. If this is a empress and an emperor, there's some sort of mind-blowing intuitive thing that you're doing. The connection between you, it's mind-blowing, it's amazing. It's making the emperor have self-realization. Okay, boom, let's get off the lover's floor. And then if this is you, then you need to understand that nothing can come, no matter what karma is going on. Nothing can come between you and the ancestors. You need to recognize and realize that. Nothing can come between y'all. Y'all are connected. This is connection. This is also a refreshment of purpose, life purpose. And you thugging it out down here, and that's facts. This is also trusting yourself. Okay, so you needed to learn how to trust yourself. That was part of what this situation is that you're still holding on to. It was all so that you could, because this could be many situations, not just one. This could be many times in life where you felt like this, or all of the things you still feel resentment about. Because I suspect all of that is dead now. The way you've been living, the cycle you were in, the karmic cycle you were in, it's ending with this self-realization. You feel me? It's ending. And that's why you have to put it all to bed. All of it. All the resentment. All of the fear. All of the demons. You have to put it to bed now. It's dead. Because it's about this 10 of Cups that God still has for you. And by still, I mean originally and ultimately had for you in the first place. The real 10 of Cups. Not what you thought was the 10 of Cups. But the actual 10 of Cups that you're actually due for following your divine calling and doing what God tell you to do. For that, you about to get paid. But in order to be eligible, you have to get rid of these resentments and this fear and step completely into your self-realization. Because I suspect that there's a last level in terms of there's many different levels to each level, right? Which is why I think we keep getting this. We reach this level, we keep getting that, right? So there's many levels to the levels. And I feel that now the last part was you and your relationship with yourself and applying and connecting that dot, in terms of what you believe about the ancestors, what you believe about God. Connecting that last dot to say, well, you can't exclude yourself from what's sacred. You can't exclude yourself. This is sacred space. You can't exclude yourself from what's necessary, from what's spiritual, from what is holy. That's the sensation that I'm getting. You too are holy. You are holy. Do you feel me? And you should have reverence for yourself. Just like you have reverence for the ancestors and you have reverence for God, you need to have reverence for yourself. Not in an arrogant way, obviously, in a death of the ego kind of way. Where it's like you have respect for the fact that God made you. You dig it? And you spend your energy trying to perform, you know, the actions that the Creator made you to do. There's something holy and sacred about that, and that needs to be revered and respected. You dig it? So trusting yourself. Let's go deeper. Trust. Did I say trust? Safety, thugging it out, going through hard times, but it's really fears. It's really concerns about managing the situation, and the situation is dangerous, but you're perfectly safe, but it requires management. And of course, the Emperor figure, that's management juice. Yeah, wow. Wow is what I get from that card. Wow. And that goes for the things that you're resentful about. Um like, wow, really? That's how the motherfucker's gonna do, or that's how it's gonna go, or whatever. Yeah, look. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go further. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Um, Empress figure, Emperor card, Emperor figure. Uh-huh. Mutual respect, Lover's card, bursting free of limiting beliefs, surprise, sudden change, sudden abrupt change. Uh-huh. Yeah. So it does look like relationship juice. It really does. It really does. I get the sensation that there's a feminine. This is how it's coming down. There's a feminine that's feeling some kind of way. Okay? Or if you masculine were in a empress position, then this was the dynamic. You feeling some kind of way, and you're realizing that somebody wasn't really there for you. Somebody wasn't holding you down. Here, like here with the Emperor card. They were trying to control you and be over you. You know what I mean? Instead of mutual respect, they wanted power and control. So feeling some kind of way and surprise. Like, wow, bursting free of limiting beliefs. Surprise. Wow, I didn't realize that you was really that serious. Like, you know, we're connected, and you want to abuse that instead of appreciating that. Okay, that's strange, but all right, you know, kind of thing. And it's upsetting. Mm-hmm. Right. Somebody holding back emotionally. Surprise, bursting free of limiting beliefs, holding back emotionally. Mm-hmm. And or careful decision making, careful emotional decision making. Somebody didn't do that. Transcending your demons and facing your fears, somebody didn't do that. In order to have this mutual respect, they didn't want to burst free from their limiting beliefs. They didn't want to have a new beginning, quite possibly, because this is new beginning. Mm-hmm. It's a sudden new beginning. They didn't want to have it. Mm-hmm. They didn't consider you their destiny, their star. You dig it? And that's death of the ego, right? They didn't see you like that. Or they didn't want you like that. Or that's your perception of the situation, and that's why you got resentment about the shit. You know, especially with all the energy you put in. You know, and then the devil was all up in the sanctuary and shit, and you had to dump all of the holy water out. But that's okay. You hooked it up. It looked like here. You hooked it up. And that's why the Creator about to hook you up. Don't, but you gotta let go though. Let go of this. It's not real. It's not real. It's not your problem. It's not your problem, and it was never your problem. You wasn't over there because it was your problem. You was over there to die so you could be reborn, right? This is the Fool card. Here's a new soul being born right here. Okay? And that represents the Milky Way giving birth to a new star, and here's the star card. That was for you to recognize and realize your true destiny. And that is with the ancestors. That is with your divine calling. Okay, ladies, that's with this cool, calm, wise decision-making cat who gives freely. He gives freely and therefore protects the sanctuary. By giving freely on an emotional level, he protects the sanctuary, the intimacy and trust between you from the devil. See what I'm saying? He's in harmony with the ancestors' final judgment down here with the ancestor card. This cool, calm, wise decision-making cat at the top most, which means this is the final arrival here of the energy. So all of this devil energy is subdued by the fact that this cat is aligned with the ancestors. You see? And so that is how he's protecting, right? With his beautiful holy water emotions. Protecting the sanctuary, the intimacy and trust between you. And that's how he keeps you safe, ladies. Right? So you can have the mercy and grace of safe passage here because we're having a healing conversation. See, because communication is key. That's why. And he knows that because he's a wise, cool, calm decision-making cat. You see what I'm saying? And see, that's the 10 of Cups. You see? That's how you can, and this is mutual right up in here. Okay? That's mutual. So you're healing him, he's healing you, and that's how you further protect the sanctuary. And see, this is a divine calling. See, that's how you know. All right? This dude, for those of you who's on the dude floor, okay, who's, lover's floor, dealing with a dude and a lady, whatever, feminine, masculine, y'all have the makings of the 10 of Cups. Like, that's the potential in the air. That's where we're going with this. If we're on the lover's floor, that's how you will recognize this person. This person probably also has had similar experience, as the child of God with the divine calling here. You see what I'm saying? They know what it's like to give and give and give. They know what it's like to have to cast out the devil from the sanctuary. They know about the devil getting into the sanctuary and then having to handle it. Okay? On some, the power of Christ compels you type shit. Do you feel me? Absolutely. And so they will have a similar level of mastery. Right. Right. So for him, some lady is mad at him and he might be having trouble getting some mutual respect out of her because she got too many demons and she's not bursting free from her limiting beliefs to be a proper empress to this emperor, to focus on the star, focus on faith, focus on, divine calling. She won't surrender, this particular lady, to the superior strength of the spirit. She won't do it. She might be holding back the children as well because the birth of the new star, this is the baby, the star, this is the baby, right? Representing your purpose in life as well. So holding back, possession, and then here's the baby, the new baby. So she might be trying to control the baby. Get off on your floor. Get off on your floor. All of this, death of the ego, is to kill you so that you can see that you know how to come back from the dead. Don't worry. Life is a circle. Let's go deeper. What you mean by death? Go in directly. Excuse me. Yes, inconvenient truth. Absolutely. Death and taxes. Inconvenient truth. Go on. Yeah, you be alright. You be alright. Things come and they go. This is movement. This is moving. This is moving on. That's the inconvenient truth. Time to move on. Time to move on. Okay, so some of you might be moving physically, moving to a new household, obviously. You dig it? And it's just the death of that moment, you know? And maybe you're not really in love with all of the circumstances surrounding it, but time to move on. All right. It's inconvenient. But you may be looking forward to it because Master of the Head, you're in a different position. And also Ten of Cups is forthcoming. I mean, that's number one out of the gate. And the balance of it is that here with the resentment energy, that's what's blocking the road forward, you know, quite possibly the road forward for the Empress and the Emperor. Empress and the Emperor, you know, to move forward, especially with the Ten of Cups, to a place where, if we're on the Lover's floor, to a place where you can be with your real mate. You know, like having the experience of being with the one that's actually for you, right? Because divine calling, because final judgment, you see, because sanctuary, intimacy, and trust, because mutual benefit, mutual respect, sitting prettily, standing strongly, following the star, life purpose. Do you feel me? So it's like good riddance to the old shit is the sensation that I'm getting here. Like, you might still feel away, but it's a formality. It's a technicality. You know, get that last little piece done so you can finish manifesting. You know, it's levels to the shit. Okay, so it looked like, because Oshun represents the physical manifestation of emotional connection, right? Like, we love each other, we're buying a house together, we're moving in. We love each other, we're getting married, here's a ring. You know, we love each other, let's go on vacation, let's build this business, let's, you know, whatever, like that, like physical representations of how you feeling about each other, that sort of thing. Okay. So that's what I feel is the level that's manifesting at this point, the level where you can feel your blessings, you can see them, you can put your hands on them, you can walk inside of them, you can drive them, you can fly them. You dig it? I'm saying, okay, like that. You can wear them. All right, sum it all up, ancestors, pretty please. All right, using words to remove obstacles. Go on. Abundant future. Giving birth to tomorrow. Fantastic. Go on. Love. Queen of Cups. The deeper meaning. What about it? Cycle closed. Cycle closed. That was the deeper meaning. And what's the cycle closed on? Because let's get into it. Okay, what do you mean? I see, yes. The cycle is closed on confusion. Things are going to be clear now. Right, because you know the deeper meaning. Right. So this is about being firm in your beliefs. Firm. Cycle is closed on, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I be this? Should I be that? Is that the one? Is this the one? Cycle is closed. Do you feel me? And that was the whole purpose. The whole purpose was for you to get that cycle done. Because now, like, there's things we do to actually close off the cycle with the connection with the person. And then there's what we're left with. And I feel the sensation that this is about what we're left with. And they're saying, throw that shit out. You don't need it anymore. That other cycle is over anyway. So now this cycle of you holding on, or this cycle of you still keeping that stuff around, even if you're not thinking about it, but you're keeping it in the attic or the basement kind of thing, in boxes, whatever. You don't look at it. You don't really think about it, but you're still in possession of it. Right? Like the possession card, which I'm covering right now. The possession card. Boom, right there. So get rid of it. Okay, that's the feeling that I'm getting, because now you can be sure. You can trust yourself. You can trust your perceptions. You know the deeper meaning. You have love for yourself, and now you know how to perform love, right? Because love is not just a noun. It's not just a feeling that you feel, right? It's a verb, right? It is to do, right? To be, right? It's an action word. So now you know about the actions of love. Hello? Right. There's feeling love, and then there's doing love. Now you know how to do love, and you know how to recognize when somebody is doing love toward you. Right? Now you know. So there has to be, so there doesn't have to be any more confusion. The cycle is closed. You have an expanded awareness of how things work now. You have an abundant future to look forward to. You don't have to struggle anymore on whatever levels you were struggling. That's no longer necessary. Let's go into Legba. What do you mean by Legba? What do you mean by that? What are we doing with the power of the word to remove obstacles? The power of the word to create worlds. What are we talking about? Okay, we're talking about making your dreams come true. So I get the sensation that this is, oh, I get it now. I get it. Words of anger. I see. Words of anger. I get the sensation that's where it shows up. Powerful. Like how you speak about the thing, how you speak about yourself, how you speak about life and what's possible in life. Start speaking affirmatively about your life, okay? And just keep doing it until your feelings line up. All right, just keep doing it. Don't stop doing it. Keep doing it. Because now you can trust yourself. You know the science. You know those sound formulas work to make dreams come true. Those sound formulas work to protect what matters most. So you see what I'm saying? You are now a creator. You know now, right? Self-realization, profound realization of self. You know now how to manifest through the power of the word, through the power of your thinking, through the power of your behavior. So lighten up, right? Be ready to let go of the resentments, face all the demons down, and know that you have an abundant future. I've been saying that lately, all right? So we're ticking off all the boxes. We're getting all the I's dotted, all the T's crossed here. So start speaking more affirmatively, even about your past experiences. What do we do about the unresolved feeling of anger, in terms of if it's toward a person or a place or thing that is like persistently upsetting, to think of, or, you feel taken advantage of, or unjustly treated, or oppressed, or get off on your floor? What do you tell yourself? How do you speak positively about such things, or people, places, or things? How do you do that? Okay, all right. They said you'll figure it out, or else, is what they said here with the hangman, forced sacrifice. You got to do it. Okay? You got to do it, or you had to do it. All right, let's go into it. Loss is not defeat. Loss is not defeat. It is what it is. Okay, so you can acknowledge what it was. You can acknowledge what it was. But now we're unplugging because we're lightening up. So emotionally, we're unplugging. We're taking the emotional charge off of those actions or those incidences or experiences that took place. Okay, so you can name it and identify it and point to it and call it what it is, but don't embellish. Don't wallow, don't embellish, don't spend your energy on it significantly, except to examine it unemotionally, if it situation calls for such. All right, go ahead. Right, right. Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so it was for the purpose. You have to acknowledge then. You have to start accepting what you know, that these things happened to bring you to where you are now. You have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge that the ancestors and the universal law and God is a part of your reality. It's a part of why you do what you do. It's a part of what's happening to you and why. You can no longer explain your life and leave that part out. Even in what you're telling yourself, you have to acknowledge that that's part of the story. That's part of what happened. God led you here, and this is the experience you had, and this is what you learned from it. Loss is not defeat. You was on some 10 of swords, 10 of wands business. You was at your wit's end. You was pushed against the edge, and all you had was hope that it would get better. You dig it? But you strategized through that bitch. Do you feel me? King of Swords energy. And you detached from your emotions. And you became well seasoned. You went where demons and angels fear to tread. You know what it is to fall down. And you know what it is to get back up. And that's why they're going to be paying you the big bucks. And I get the sensation that you're going to have to help other people do this maneuver that you did. Okay, so I hope that message helps somebody out there. I really do. For more deep ass readings, to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom over at Amazon. Make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. And I will see you again here soon, party people, behind the black veil.